Right from getting up till we sleep, and even while we sleep, our brain keeps on working. It is the in charge of our actions, our thoughts. We sleep, we breathe, we think, we read, walk, sit, stand, and blink our eyes. Everything is controlled by brain. Have you ever wondered how brain works? How is it possible for it to be this much diligent?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Alka Space. I'm Dr. Alka Arora and today we are going to talk about brain, what is its structure and how it works. So let's begin. So let's have a brief idea of how brain looks from outside. If you look at the brain very carefully, you will see that it looks much like a walnut. See, walnut. Walnut has these creases, these folds just like brain. Just as walnut is enclosed in a tough shell, our brain is also enclosed in a skull, that is a bone in upper side of our body. These folds or say wrinkles increase the surface area of the brain. In the language of science, these are known as gyri. These gyri are known to increase the surface area of the brain, and this in turn accelerates the process of processing the information inside our brain. Our brain is actually divided into three parts. First is forebrain, second is midbrain, and third is hindbrain. We call it hindbrain or hindbrain. Forebrain, this is the most complex one and significant part of brain. Matlab, it is the biggest part of the brain which is most complex and is most significant. Majority of its part, that forebrain, majority of its part is known as cerebrum. This part, cerebrum, is divided into two halves, the left and the right part. Both the parts have their own functions. They work together harmoniously, but they actually work according to their capabilities, according to the capabilities of a person. Both these hemispheres have different set of functions. As you can see, this right hemisphere, it is shown in various colors. It controls the creative part of a person. It is more visual, and experts also call it as analog brain. That means this brain is more creative. You can see these musical signs. That means it looks after the music and this art side of our personality. So this is left brain. This is more it works on visual awareness, imagination, music or art awareness. It works on creativity and controls the left side of the body. This right hemisphere of the brain, it controls the left side of the body. Now we come to left side of the brain. This controls right side of the body. It is actually in charge of logics, reasoning, language, mathematical skills, as you can see, scientific skills, objectivity, thinks analytically basically. All the memories, the long term, the name of monument you saw 2 years back, the short memory, what you ate in the breakfast today, these are all controlled by this whole structure that is known as cerebrum, which is the part of forebrain of our brain. This is actually in forebrain of our brain. So, forebrain basically controls voluntary actions. Voluntary actions are those which are under our control. That means we are walking, are sitting, reading, writing, thinking. Those actions which are under our control are known as voluntary actions. So this is controlled by cerebrum, the forebrain. Now let's have a look at another picture. this bigger part that actually looks like a walnut, this is the forebrain. From this side we can see one hemisphere of the cerebrum, and this part, this below it, this is actually midbrain. It connects forebrain with the hindbrain. Our vision, our sleep, our sleep-wake cycle, alertness, hearing, temperature regulation, this all is controlled by this part that is known as midbrain. This was a brief overview of the structure of the brain, the forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. All these parts of the brain are composed of neurons. Neurons are actually nerve cells, which are the basic functional unit of the brain. So now let's have an idea, let's have a look how these neurons work, what is the basic structure of these neurons, how these neurons work, and how they are responsible for passing the information from body to brain and from brain to body. It is actually a very complicated kind of highway. It is a kind of network inside our body, and each neuron is connected to again thousands of other neurons. So let's have a look. This is this neuron, one nerve cell. This is the body of the neuron, the dendrites and the long axon. These dendrites, you can see, have many branches, and with this each branch another neuron is attached. So this is how these neurons are connected with each other to form a complicated network inside our body. When you touch a hot pan, you immediately pull your hands off the pan. What happens is the muscles of your hand send a signal to your brain. Those signals are actually pain signals, and see how fast your brain sends the information back to your hands to pull the hand off the pan. All this is done by nerve cells, the neurons. Neurons are the primary functional units of brain. Just as our house is made up of bricks, the bricks are the structural unit of our house, same is with our body. Our body is made up of cells. Each and every organ has its own kind of cells which has a distinct structure and function. So has our brain. So brain is made up of neurons, the nerve cells, which are responsible for controlling the sensations, feelings, emotions, everything that is related to brain. The information that neurons pass from one to another is done within seconds, or I can say fractions of second, 1/10, 1,000th fraction of seconds. The information is passed from one neuron to another, and so is passed from body to brain and brain to body. Let's have a look at this. So this is the place where one neuron nerve cell is attached to another. This place is actually known as synapse. A kind of electrical impulse travels through the body of one neuron and passes on to another neuron, that is nerve cells, which stimulates the chemicals called neurotransmitters, which are in turn used by the brain cells to talk to one another. These all neurons, these relay information from one neuron to another, that is, they relay information to each other. Let us understand it a bit more. Suppose this is one neuron and this is another. This bulged out area, this thing, is just like the end of the axon and a dendrite. Now, this, when these two neurons come together, this forms a synapse. Synapse is the area where two neurons are connected, but as you can see, there is a very little gap in between the two neurons. The information passes from one neuron to another neuron. It passes with the help of this synapse. This is the synapse of nerve cells. Nerve impulses. This is the basic currency of cell. Like an electrical impulse, nerve impulses is the basic currency of brain. What it allows the connection. It allows one neuron to connect with another neuron When these neurons are connected, computations are formed and information is processed. So this is how our brain works. It works with the help of individual nerve cells passing information from one nerve cell to another with the help of this ending and the junction at this ending is known as synapse, and there are trillions and trillions of synapses in our brain. The brain works within a fraction of second to pass the information from body to brain and brain to body. And what helps the brain? This is these nerve cells which help the passing of information. All these neurons relay information, as I already said. The relay of this information lays an impact on how we think, move, learn and behave. That means they establish connections to learn new things. See, when we learn a new thing, a lot of concentration is required, a lot of effort is required. But later on, when we repeat that information, the connections, the pathways are already made, and what we have to do is just read it, because already the connections they have already made in the brain, the information has already been stored in the brain, and this is all done by neurons, the electrochemical signals that pass from one neuron to another. And brain cannot do it alone. It requires spinal cord. Now what is spinal cord? Spinal cord is a thick bundle of nerves that is present in our back at this side and is connected to our brain with the help of this portion. Here we have brain stem. So brain and spinal cord, they are connected with each other with the help of brain stem. Spinal cord runs through our back and is enclosed within our backbone. It is protected by our backbone, and in another language, in scientific language, we call our backbone as vertebral column. So vertebral column or the backbone protects the spinal cord, and brain is protected by skull. The millions and millions of neurons and spinal cord, these together help brain to function harmoniously with our body. This is how we are able to control our actions. This is how we are able to feel. This is how we are able to read, write, because spinal cord and brains with millions of neurons work together to help us function, to help us live, I should say. Brain is our command center, and spinal cord is a kind of pathway that helps to pass information from brain to body and body to brain in turn. So today we have discussed that what is the brief structure Today we have discussed about a brief structure of brain, how it works, what is it made up of. Actually, it is made up of blood vessels and neurons. It is divided into three parts: forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. And all these structures of the brain, they have their own distinct function. Like one controls our intelligence, our thinking, our reasoning, our art, and another one controls our artistic part, and some parts control sleep, wake cycle, respiration, our balance, posture, and spinal cord helps the brain to work harmoniously with the brain. So do whatever you can to be good with your brain. Be gentle with your brain, because the connections that are passed from one neuron to another neuron, these all depend on what we eat. These all depend upon the hormones that are released in our body. So the stronger the connections, the stronger our brain is. The healthier our brain is, the healthier our body is. Eat healthy food. Vitamins and minerals are important for those connections that neurons make with each other. Do a lot of exercise, that is physical exercise, and do a lot of other exercises. Those are important. Give your brain a workout with puzzles, readings, and other kind of activities that actually sharpen your brain. So that was all about brain. So be good, be gentle to your brain. Have a good life, have a healthy brain. Goodbye.